left, right, left. Right, left, right. Left, right. Alrighty then. Hey there, guys, and welcome back to more Pikmin. As of today... Oh, whoa, forgot that was going to be right in my ear. Yep, welcome back today to more Pikmin, and today we're going to be playing Pikmin 3 Deluxe, which just came out today. I managed to pick up my copy, and here we go. Had this pre-ordered a long time ago, so... Despite the fact that I am without income, I'm able to get by and still be able to get this for you guys. So we're all set on that front. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now, as you can see, the demo on the main screen, I have played the demo of this so much just in anticipation of this game. I've been so excited to play it. And I can say firmly... Oh. Yes, I would like to import. However, I am not going to be continuing my save data from the demo. Yes, I can do that. And several new missions, ultra spicy difficulty. Yep. Because I completed the demo, I can go to ultra spicy difficulty immediately, which is what we're going to be doing. Oh, there's so much I want to go over. I love the demo. The controls feel so good to play with a controller in this game. It's... Honestly, the only thing that's better is the pointer controls on the Wii versions of the games. But, like, the Wii U gamepad version of playing this game was horrible, in my opinion. But now that we have this, this is really good. Oh, and I want to tackle everything about this game. I've been so excited for it to come out. I want to take on all the missions. I want to do all the side stories, which are currently unlocked. Or currently locked. But for now, we're going to be starting with story mode. With one player. Don't have a co-player to be going with us as much as I'd like to. Right. So yeah, I got it. The tutorial ended at day 4. Or not tutorial, the one I had for the demo ended on day 4. I chose hard difficulty, but as far as I can tell, it wasn't actually any harder. In fact, if anything, I think hard difficulty was the standard difficulty from the Wii U version. So they've added an easier option for people with normal. Yeah, so especially good for beginners, hard for people who want challenge. Ultra spicy, though. Hard to stomach difficulty intended only for those who consider themselves Pikmin connoisseurs. And I do consider myself a connoisseur of the Pik and the Min. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
Galactic date 20XX.
Oh yeah, this is voiced.
At the far reaches of space lies a planet on the brink of ruin. The planet's name? Kopai. Due to a booming population, booming appetites, and a basic lack of planning, Kopai's inhabitants have all but exhausted their food supply. Their only hope is to find another planet with edible matter. Accordingly, they send unmanned scout vessels called Sparrows out into space. To their dismay, the search is proving fruitless. Just as they're about to give up,
By the way, fruitless. Bit of a pun there.
news of a miraculous discovery. They mobilize to investigate the planet, which they name PNF-404.
Which the Hokutations have already discovered.
Kopai's last hope rests on 3 intrepid explorers.
Also, I just want to point out the lack of a face cam. That's because it's really hot in here and I'm having to record without a shirt on. So I can't be doing that. And plus, I don't think my face is that important for a game like this, honestly. I think I can do all of this with just my voice.
Explorer's 279,000 light-year voyage nears its end. But as they initiate the landing sequence, something goes horribly wrong.
And then they all died. And now we pick up with the actual main characters of this game, Olimar and Louie, of course. No, that'll be reserved for a side mode, which I'm very much looking forward to. And oh, it warms my heart so much to see that Pikmin logo again. We haven't had fresh Pikmin content in almost a decade, and it makes me so sad. Oh, but I'm so ready for this. I want to show you guys as much as I can about this game. I don't know all the Easter eggs because there's a lot of things that are hidden in this game. What happened? Oh, you precious little beans, I love you. Ugh. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, they kind of have voices in this game, don't they? I shouldn't be voicing this. Well, I think I will voice over it anyway. Where am I? The last thing I remember was, oh, of course, this must be PNF-404. And I don't think the Emperor Bulblax actually exists in this game, Spifer, so sorry about that. But here we have Captain Charlie. Charlie to ship. Charlie to ship. Do you copy? This is your captain. I repeat, do you copy? Hello? Anyone? There's no response. Where's my ship? Where's my crew? Gotta love Captain Charlie's little theme song there. Managed to escape unscathed, but what about the rest of my crew? They could be anywhere on PNF-404. But, oh boy, how did I even get into this? I've got to find Elf and Brittany. I only hope they survived. Well, luckily you guys are tiny, so, you know, when you fall from a great distance, the weight is, or the impact is dispersed greatly. Little thing about physics, if you were to drop an ant from space, you pretty much, it would land and be perfectly fine. Just because air resistance slows them down to the point where there's almost no impact when they land. It's stuck in story mode, I can use hints. We don't need your stinking hints around here. I know my Pikmin. Although I'll have to get used to the controls in this game. It takes a little getting used to. There are still bowlboards, including some new species that weren't in Pikmin 1 or 2. And yes, we have... Huh? What in the... There are more of them. So strange. Can't get through here. This plant's mushrooms are huge. Treasure! That's worth at least 800 Pokos! I seem to have wandered into a strange neighborhood. This being the first time in the game series that we start with yellow Pikmin, not with red Pikmin. Why are they coming closer? My whistle scared them off. I'm surrounded! Maybe I should throw them? And yes, we can throw them at things, in fact. I can't let it end like this! Ah, poor Charlie, so confused. They don't appear hostile. So let me get this straight. I can round up these creatures by pointing at them and pressing B, and throw them with A. Yes, using the whistle, throwing, we're all familiar with Pikmin here. Maybe these fellows... I didn't actually read what he said. Alright, well, I can't control my camera yet, but I can gather up all the Pikmin. Now, one thing you may notice that's different from any other Pikmin game, as well as even the original part of this, our whistle is massive in this game. This is to help the fact that this game was designed for pointer controls, and you're not going to have those this time. And there's a few other little details that simultaneously slow down the gameplay a little bit, but also make it possible to deal with that big whistle. I'll get into these as they become relevant. Still, slightly off topic, but I'm doing the Splatfest right now, and someone named Shuichi was on my team, and I made the most fangirling squeal ever. Ah, Yoshicast. You and your Shuichi fangirlingism. Either way, we can use these yellow Pikmin to clear out these mushrooms and get to the path ahead. And once they get done with their task, they just kind of wait around for us. I should look around for my crew. Yeah, you may have noticed that Pikmin, when I whistled him, didn't actually come to me immediately. Yep, okay, now I can control the camera again. Now, there's a crystal here. We can't get past it. It's too hard to break. If we throw a Pikmin at it, well, they just kind of go over, but we couldn't get to it if we wanted to. Come on, little guy. That was weird. I don't know why he didn't drop down. Yeah, we throw our Pikmin at this. Now watch. When I whistle them initially, they actually don't come back. If I whistle them and hold it, though, they do. This is to make it so that, you see, if Pikmin are doing a task, when you whistle them in this game, they don't actually come back to you immediately. That way, if they're idle Pikmin, I can whistle the whole group, the idle ones come back to me, but the others continue with their task. This helps a little bit with the giant whistle you have to deal with, which I'm guessing that means this game will not be the optimal one to play for speedruns, but it does have some, you know, it makes sense for why they changed it to be like this. Like, it would suck if you were trying to whistle a group and it happened to pull everyone off of everything that you had doing. What are those? They look dangerous. We could go up and fight them, but instead, if we just use these lights, the light chases them away. It actually kills some of them. We can see an ominous shadow up there, but, well, let's just send Pikmin to fight. There we go, killed a bunch of them. And something's not happy about that. All the Pikmin recognize it. Oh, that one was a little bit slow. And that's the last we see of Captain Charlie. So yeah, day 1, Alf's crash site. No, we're not actually going to be following the captain this time. That would be ridiculous. We're going to start by following Alf. This precious baby boy. That's alright, we'll just have to retrieve all 30 ship parts. It'll be fine. Won't be the first time. Alf, you alright there? It's a miracle. I'm alive and somehow unharmed. And here we have Alf, with his eyes that look like he has seen some horror stories. Just as the SS Drake was about to land, we lost control and I had to make an emergency escape. During the chaos, I was separated from my other 2 crew members as well as the ship itself. Alf likes talking about things that he just experienced. As the ship's engineer, it's up to me, Alf, to find both the SS Drake and my crew members. Sure. Well, getting into Alf here, we can see that he can actually go safely through water and even underneath it. And yeah, that's a thing that's interesting in this game. Deeper water. Most water was very shallow in previous Pikmin games. But there's decently deep water in this, and there's a reason for that. And here we have, of course, our first red Pikmin. What was that? I imagine Alf speaking incredibly awkwardly with everything that he does, because most of his dialogue is really bizarre. And here we get into one of the things I don't like about this game. It appears the specimen I just spotted has company. By the way, while I do like this game, there are some issues with it, and I'd like to go over one of them because it's something we kind of glossed over already, and that's the difficulty. This is by far the easiest game in the entire series. Like, it is not even comparable. On top of having the best quality of life improvements, it is just... You have to try to fail at this game, or be completely inexperienced with its controls. If you know what you're doing with Pikmin, though, it's just a breeze, which is why I've opted to go with Ultra Spicy difficulty for this, because hopefully it'll be much harder than the classic experience. I don't care if it's ridiculously hard, I would even welcome that. And what's that stuck in that branch? Is there anything I can do? Yes, we whistle them to bring them to us. We can lock on with ZR, and we can throw Pikmin directly at it with that. And we throw all 3, pulls it down. And this bizarre thing is this game's onion. Also, I hate how squiggly it is when it does that. I was hoping it was a fruit, but it doesn't appear to be edible at all. So yeah, this is actually something that's a bit odd. As far as we can tell, now this onion doesn't just look different, it functions different from the classic ones from previous games. Why they chose this, I don't know. I know there's some gameplay mechanics for it that are convenient, but I dislike them. I personally hate this design of the onion and hope that they bring back the classic ones in future games if they ever come to us. But what is interesting about this one is that it's oddly mechanical. It's almost like it's artificial instead of, you know, the classic onions that seem to be almost wooden. Nevertheless, the red fellow seemed quite pleased that it is now freed. Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be looking for those two missing. Either way, yes, we can look around. We already learned this with Charlie. But we've got Pikmin now. So we've got Squad 3, and there's a fourth one right over there. There's a pile of rubble here. And if we lock on... Why is there two... I don't know why there's a separate, smaller pile of rubble. Will they naturally grab onto the bigger pile? I've never seen that smaller pile. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be one big pile. Even with having previously played, I've never seen that happen. That's bizarre. Yep, sure enough, these three did not lock onto that other pile. That's weird. So this is a new mechanic that is inspired by leafcutter ants. But Pikmin will be able to go from piles of things and carry them over, and this is how you build bridges in this game. Not the classic just leave them to smack their faces against things. Which, I think this is fantastic. I love the visuals of it. I actually find ants fascinating in real life, so I just love how they made the Pikmin even more ant-like. My cope pad. Thank goodness I found it. I can use it to locate the Drake. By the way, I just want to point out their little voice in this. I love the way they say Drake, because especially Alf, he'll say it as a way of like, Drake? It's just so bizarre sounding at their like little made-up language, but then they'll still pronounce things like Drake completely normally. Alright, only missing a little bit more now. And yeah, when it comes to language in this, by the way, I know the Hokutations from previous games actually did speak with a bit of a language. By the way, I want to point out the whistle thing. If I whistle them here, they don't actually drop things. That works for these kind of tasks as well. But yeah, the Hokutations from previous games would actually speak in a sort of pseudo-Japanese. They'd say like individual words in Japanese from time to time, but not often. Now, the Copites, I don't know what language they're supposed to be, but I know there's probably some real-world equivalent it's supposed to sound like. Yes, here I have the Copad, which was supposed to be your Wii U gamepad in the original game, but we don't have a Wii U gamepad this time. We have a Pro Controller, and that's it. By the way, this game plays very smoothly on the go. If you're thinking about picking this up for your own on Switch, I can't recommend it enough. Like, I only played the demo, and I was blown away by how well they managed to actually port this. Great. Oh, which maps would those be, by the way, Yoshicast? It's been a while since I played. It might be maps that I'm not too familiar with, but I knew most of them back in the day. Great, it still works. Of course, I'd expect nothing less from Copite Engineering. Too bad the autopilot couldn't avoid you crashing. I'll check my surroundings by scrolling through the Copad screen. Yep. You can use the radar to look at your surroundings, find fruit. It will reveal all kinds of things. And a Drake is way over there. Ah, the SS Drake isn't that far from here. Maybe the other two crew members are there as well. I'd best head in that direction. Yes, that would be very convenient, but sadly not the case. Now, we can start exploring with the help of the Copad. Yep, you can use it to the radar to take pictures and such. Activate the camera via the minus button to take photos. Just to show that off, yeah, the camera function in this game. I actually really love this. It allows you to look at areas in ways you can't normally see. You can set the focus, and yeah, you can see bring different things like the background, foreground into focus. And, what's the button? Oh yeah, you can turn on a flash, and then boom. And that gets saved as a screenshot on your Switch. It's kind of a cool little feature. Like, not really necessary. Oh. Alright, enemies here. We saw them as green dots on the map. But these are female sheargrubs. They are completely harmless in every way. So we may as well just murder them and get their corpses carried back immediately, because we all know how Pikmin works. Once an enemy dies, they are nothing but nutrients to feed our Pikmin army. New Albacore Hotel and Shellnerf Institute. Oh. Have fun with that. I wish you the best of luck. Yep, sure enough, we've got Pikmin being born and at the ready. Is that thing popping out some sort of sprouts? Well, sure enough it is. Do I have these in the right ears? I do not. That's why it sounded like it was coming from my left. There we go. Headphones switched around. Whistle back our Pikmin, and we press A, and we can press B to cancel pluck. You no longer have to spam the A button to pluck. Isn't that lovely? Also, a little detail that's different from other games. The Pikmin stem is slightly green towards the tip of it where the leaf is, which makes a little bit more sense. So, just little details about these games. Ah, I see. So this is how these little creatures propagate. How incredibly fascinating. Yep, we can press A to start plucking and press B to cancel. Very convenient, and there's more to that. There are many convenience changes between this and previous games that makes me just wish so much that the game was bigger. And here's the thing. The game, as far as the length of this game, I'd say it is slightly longer than the first game, but definitely not any longer than the second game. Or it's a lot shorter than the second game. In fact, I'd say you can beat this game in roughly the same amount of time as it takes to reach 10,000 Pokos in Pikmin 2, which honestly kind of sucks. I wish it weren't so long, and I found out that apparently the reason why this game is so much shorter than Pikmin 2 was because Nintendo first heard about speedrunning. They heard about this idea of trying to beat a game as fast as possible and decided, oh, people like to do that quickly. Well, let's make the next game shorter and speedrunner friendly so they can start from any day they wish, which this game's save function does have that, which is nice. But they decided to try not to make the game too long to encourage those communities, which on one hand, great, thank you for encouraging the speedrunner community. I love that community. But when it comes down to it, if people like your games, it doesn't matter how long they're going to be, they're going to play them. I think it was a very poor decision to make this game as short as it is. It's practically criminal. Honestly, if they come out with, like, some sort of, what's it called? Oh, by the way, you can start plucking immediately. You don't have to wait for them to sprout in this game at all. Be a moderator? Well, right now you don't really need moderator Spifer, but I appreciate the offer. And no, whoever ends up being a moderator will not be paying me anything. And here we have our first major obstacle. It requires 20 Pikmin, and with one left over. But any large task is no match for a bunch of Pikmin. Yeah, right now we don't need a moderator. I can handle everything on my own pretty easily right now, especially since I don't do anything that can't be paused. So, there's no need at the moment, but I appreciate the offer. And yes, here we have our first and ever data file. I'm going to try to collect all of these if I can. I'm not sure if I have collected all of them in the past. I know there's a bunch of secret ones, but yeah. Suck at bribery, don't worry, Spifer. We'll see how things go in the future. Looks like someone's left a data file here. Perhaps the Copad will be able to read it. Let's see. Yep, onions like an nest for the Pikmin. We already know that. Doesn't really tell anything. Most of these tutorials are kind of terrible because they often describe things that you could clearly have already figured out. The whole thing of them being a nest for the Pikmin and you can respawn them. Well, why would that file be here past the point where you already have to have used the onion and repopulated your Pikmin? The tutorials in this game aren't the best. But it is very intuitive, so I find it to be not that big a deal. It's not like Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where the tutorials are terrible and you have to figure incredibly complex concepts out on your own. But hey, that's neither here nor there. This information might come in handy later on. I'll save it in the exploration notes. And yes, this is another thing. The exploration notes. I want to get as many of these as I can. I honestly, I want to 100% this game. I want to get, like, platinum in all the challenge missions. I want to take on every single different parts of story mode. I want to beat on the hardest difficulty. I want to get every fruit, every data file, everything, everywhere. Can there be other intelligent life forms on this planet? Yes, this isn't from anyone else, so this data file was just kind of left behind. How that even happens with digital technology, I don't know. Because that didn't seem like something physical. It looked like a hologram. Yep, the Drake is this way, and we have another data file. But we don't have them pop up immediately. This thing, I believe, is actually different from the original Pikmin 3. In the original game, every time you picked up a data file, it would instantly bring it up, which was kind of convenient to look at. Yeah, you can use the radar to tell which way is north. Oh, that's lovely. Yep. Massive mushrooms, and yes, he is absolutely right. They are not edible, even a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and clear out all these mushrooms, and get them out of the way. Here we have our first wall. Who built this wall here? More signs of intelligent life. Yep. Press X to perform a charge. Now, this is something that existed in Pikmin 3 originally, but in this version, it's even better. Well, better and worse in some ways. You can't just direct Pikmin in different directions like you could in previous games. My crew could learn a lot from this teamwork. Yes. But yeah, in some ways it's better, in other ways it's not. Now, if I say... Oh, I can't lock onto these, actually. Now, when it comes to this, when you lock onto something, you can charge your Pikmin at it, but you can also charge just at any time to have them go in the direction of your whistle. Or, whistle? Yeah, wherever your pointer is. Yeah, I enjoy the meme Spifer. I'm not a big meme kind of person, but I do enjoy looking at them from time to time. So I do appreciate you being active in all that. It's really... I do look at all of them. I do see each and every one. There it is, the SS Drake. Kopat isn't picking up any signs of life in the immediate area. What am I supposed to do now? Look at his little, like, fleshy eyebrows there. Oh, and we're getting a call from, who could it be? None other than Brittany. And the reason I say it like that, that's how they say it. You can actually hear her say it when she said the name Alf as well. She said, Alfu, as well as, it's me, Brittany. It's just, I love their little voices. It's one of my favorite things in this game. Thank goodness. You're with the SS Drake, right? I made it through the landing in one piece. The thing is, I'm trapped somewhere. And I'm starved. Yeah, Brittany's... One of her things is she is very focused on food. Oh, we got cut off. I wonder how far Brittany is. But, at the very least, I'm thankful that she appears to be safe and sound. But no word from Charlie. What's that strange sound? The sun is setting, which could mean nocturnal predators are starting to wake up. Now we can hear strange noises, which is another very minor gripe with this game of mine. Or one gripe of mine with this game. But yes, we need to get off the planet's surface, so Alf is going up in the ship. You may notice there's a big circle right next to our ship. Similar to previous games, but not quite the same. But you'll see why very, very soon. Either way, we head off, and the onion, of course, follows us as it always does in previous games. But this onion's, again, different, more technological. It appears to have fuel that it's burning. It's not just flying because of the propeller. No supplies we brought with us from Kopai were destroyed in the craft's landing. So we now only have 3 days' worth of edible provisions left. And of course, you know, Alf just decides to help himself to an entire day's worth of provisions for 3 people. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Starting tomorrow, I'll have to find some local food. Yes, you will, Alf. Now, let's see what we got here. We have our end-of-day chart. It's not as detailed as with Pikmin 2. It doesn't give you, like, where Pikmin died to different things. But it does tell you how many you gained and lost. But you can, however, which is cool, do a replay of the entire day, watching your progress across the map to see where you've been, what was accomplished there, and how you can, and that way you can review your strategy. This is another way they tried to make the game speedrunner friendly, which I love this. This is a fantastic feature. You see, Pikmin 3 is filled with some of my favorite things of the entire series, and some of my least favorite as well. But we'll be getting into that. Yes, we can press this to go into replays, but this is something new to the deluxe version that I got to check out in the demo. These are badges. Now, you can see I already have a few. It does actually carry over yours from the, what's it called? The demo. But yeah, this is for, you know, starting the game, getting your first fruit, getting a bunch of things added to your Picklopedia, which, oh, the Picklopedia is back in this game. One of my least favorite changes with Pikmin 3 was they removed the Picklopedia. I love the entries and reading up on every little creature in this world. And then they removed it, and it made me really, really sad. But now it's back, and not only that, there's entries from every character in this game. So much about this I love. But yes, you can see these are basically a form of achievements. I won't go into these ones yet, because these ones are, you know, spoiler territory for what we're going to be doing. Power Surge, though. Yeah, these are various things. Dreams of Adventure, what's that one I got? Undertaking a special mission. I don't remember that. Oh, play a mission in mission mode. That's what it is. Yeah, I've done all those. Now, take photos of 5 hidden murals. These were something I didn't even know existed in this game until now. Or rather, not now, but until this came out, I saw that there were hidden murals, according to this. I wasn't aware they even existed. And the fact that there were... And then I looked into it a bit. Apparently, there are signs that the Pikmin create art on the walls, kind of like ancient cavemen. I'm going to try to find 5 of these because I want to get every badge, or achievement, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, here you can see things, you know, medals for mission mode. I did manage to platinum the first mission. It only has one for gold, but you need to get platinum in 10 stages to actually get a badge for it. Yeah, you can see I had 1 out of 10. But there's so much to be done, and I can't wait to do it all with you guys. So let's go ahead on to the next day. And now, another thing that I love about every Pikmin game is the end-of-day diaries. I missed it. Like, in Pikmin 2, the letters from home were nice, but I don't think they're a good replacement. I found these end-of-day diaries gave so much more character to the people we're playing. And speaking of character to the people we're playing, Alf, Brittany, Charlie, all of them have a ton of character that is front and center due to the fact that there are actually cutscenes in this game where the characters will communicate with each other and express their opinions. I'm so grateful for that because I love characters, and I thought Olimar was a great character in the first game where you got to read his diary entries, but in the second game, you had to look into, like, Piclopedia or treasure entries in order to get any sense of character for anyone other than the president. And the emails were funny, sure, but these have great comedy too, and they give character. I just can't get enough of them. We're shipwrecked on this planet. Some creatures called Pikmin helped me find the SS Drake, but our cosmic drive key is nowhere to be found. We won't be going anywhere without that. Luckily, I made contact with Brittany and will set out to find her tomorrow. When I took off in the ship, the onion took fly as well. Odd, but amazing. From Alf. But, yeah, there's so much room for character growth in this. And speaking of character growth, that actually brings me to one of the things I don't like about this game. Well, kind of. There's some character growth in this game that I actually hate. But we'll get into that. There's so much I've wanted to talk about this game for so long. Oh, and those of you viewing from YouTube right now, I'm not streaming on YouTube, but I am going to be uploading this there. Yeah, finally got around to doing Pikmin 3 like I promised. Only took me like 7 years. And yet here we are, still able to do it. And we've unlocked the Garden of Hope, our next map. Now we could return to the same location, but that won't do us any good if we do that. I track Brittany's signal right now. Finding her is my highest priority. However, I'm also very concerned about her cosmic drive key is now missing. If I don't find that, the Drake won't be able to fly fast enough to get us back to Kopai. So yes, between the fruit and the cosmic drive key, unlike Pikmin 2, which, while I love Pikmin 2, there was never a sense of urgency in that game, which is something I liked about the first game a lot. There is a sense of urgency in this game. Kind of. Well, one of my problems with this is, or I love the system where getting fruit is your main objective, buys you time so that you can take a little bit longer to get more. This is a great concept to make it so that you're rewarded for getting more in one day, which buys you more time to be able to do more. That's great. Love that. Problem was, in this game, it's so easy to get so stacked up on juice that you basically don't have a time limit at all. And if you fail to beat the game because the time limit ran out, it's only if you're a really, really new player. So I'm hoping that Ultra Spicy difficulty does something to help with that, but I'm not too optimistic. I'm guessing that's something they kept the same. Yeah, that would be very bad. So yes, there can be a bad ending to this game. In fact, there are multiple endings to this game based on how many fruit you managed to get and whether or not you even managed to escape the planet. So, let's get into it. We're of course going to be going for the true ending, which is all fruit collected as well as escaping the planet. Which, by the way, I've actually never done that. When I beat this game, I didn't collect all fruit. I collected most of the fruit, but I missed a few, and then the game ended, and I thought, oh, I guess it's over now. I'll take a break and come back to it later, and I never did. So this will be my first ever 100% playthrough. Brittany should be around here. Something is flashed on my map. Maybe it's her. I'm running out of sustenance, so I hope I find her before it's too late. Yes, we see actually a new enemy up there. Oh, not up. Where is it? Oh, Now, one thing that doesn't happen in this game that happened in previous games, or in Pikmin 3 originally, if you locked onto an enemy, it would show its name. That doesn't happen in this. It doesn't actually lock in and, like, zoom in your screen, which I actually appreciate. The way it locked in and zoomed in your screen sucked in Pikmin 3. It made it so that the lock-in feature was more of a hindrance than actually a gameplay option. In this, the lock-in is a very valuable tool. Yep, so if we stand underneath the onion, of course, we can call out Pikmin. Let's call out all of them, no reason not to. And they all come out instantly, unlike in previous games. They don't take time, it just immediately they are with you and ready to go. Yep, the onion is the Pikmin's nest. We know that. Yep, and yeah, way to give us a tutorial on something you just made us do. So all those green dots are enemies. I don't know, I'm still looking for the differences with Ultra Spicy difficulty, so I don't know if there's going to be more enemies or tougher enemies, or if enemies are able to kill more, because one thing that I hate in this game is most enemies are harmless. No joke, they will actually hit your Pikmin, maybe take out 1, 2, or 3 if they hit in the middle of a group, but most Pikmin will be fine. Wallywogs, which used to devastate groups by jumping in the middle of them, they might catch 2 Pikmin, but most of them will just be knocked down. If you let a red Bulborb in the middle of your group and start munching on Pikmin, he can only eat 1 or 2 at a time. It doesn't matter how big the group is he's biting into, he can only eat a couple of them. And yes, and then there's Rock Pikmin, which I'll get into Rock Pikmin. But this game has balancing issues. They tried to make it way, way easier, which I wish there were just options to make it harder, which Ultra Spicy difficulty should be that, but we'll see how they make it harder. I'm not sure how they're going to. They might just give enemies more health, which would be something at least, but we'll see. Yes, he's installing an application which lets him keep track of the Pikmin remotely, which is useful. And we have another thing there showing a red Bulborb, which is the Piklopedia, which is funny because it shows red Bulborb because we haven't actually seen any of those yet. But let's go ahead and check it out real quick. Oh, it actually is filled in with previous entries with things I fought in a previous playthrough. We're not going to be checking that out yet. I didn't realize your Piklopedia would transfer between save files. That's interesting. Yes, we can easily lock onto those and get that, not Skitterleaf, it's a... starts with a C. I can't remember the name of that enemy. Actually, wait, I can just hop in real quick. Oh, white Spectralids. No, it doesn't start with a C. Yeah, Spectralids, that's what it is. Anyway, we have another data file here, which we are, of course, going to open up. Indigenous Life, the Dwarf Bulborb. Aim for its back for victory. Yes, that's an easy thing. If you lock on, you can throw your Pikmin at it, but if it's not moving, you can easily catch its back. Let's get 3 on that. Get 1 on you, 1 on you. And let's go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pikmin onto that to get started. Now, there is a glass wall here we can't actually do anything about yet. And now we have this wall, which needs broken down. Let's get our Pikmin right onto it and start plucking. And now, luckily, these are coming down quickly, and we're able to pluck them immediately as they hit the ground, so we can get more Pikmin onto that wall. Oh, don't want to call Pikmin. We just want to withdraw as many as we can. And there we go. We got those guys going, and these guys will be finishing that up soon enough. But there is another data file underneath this pile of pottery shards. Yeah, there's a bunch of little gardening pots here, which I find is a nice little detail. There we go. Got you. So let's see what that data file is. I'm going to try to look at these. Oh, it was controls. I don't typically... Yeah, press X to charge. Controls I'm going to ignore. I'm just going to try to get them off the screen as quick as possible. Also, let's go ahead and get 1 Pikmin on that. And then charge Pikmin onto this. And that'll get all those picked up immediately. And the rest will join right back to us, which is lovely. Now, Pikmin behavior. This is number 6, so we can't get these out of order. As Pikmin develop, they get faster. They grow from leaf to bud to flower. Yes, that's an actually valuable piece of information. What about you? What have you got for me? More Pikmin behavior. 14! Once Pikmin are done transporting fragments, they'll return to the original location of the fragments. That's an important detail. They won't just, like, hang out at where they're supposed to be going. But that makes it easier to keep track of them. And electric attacks don't insta-kill Pikmin. Yes, that's one thing that I think was a terrible mistake, was getting rid of instant kill attacks. There should be things that are that threatening in this game. But there aren't. which I think was a grave mistake. Anyway, I'm going to call these Pikmin back while they're on their way, because then they won't actually return to where the pile was, and they'll just stick with me. There we go. Why are there 3 Pikmin missing? Oh, right, you guys finished up the thing earlier. So with our big whistle, we can call you guys over, and they have good pathing in this game, so they will come to us. Oh, it's asleep, sure enough. We could sneak up on it, and this little thing will give us a little bit of a hint. You got the lidocaine vials as a gift from my uncle? I don't... Oh, right. I remember now. You mentioned that a while ago. Well, congrats. Attack from behind to gain the advantage. Alrighty. You can attack from behind. Another important weakness of these enemies is you... yeah, this is a new mechanic in this game. You can hide inside tall clovers. It allows you to retreat and wait for an opportunity to attack. This is a nice... it's a welcome mechanic. I like this idea. It's not always obvious when you're hiding, but you can see the Pikmin start crouching when you enter a hidden area. Still, if we go around behind it and rush its butt, we should be able to finish it nice and quickly. And yep, sure enough, that still works, so enemies don't have a significant amount more health. But, oh well. Also, yes, this is an electric wall. If we throw a Pikmin at it, it gets stunned, and you just have to whistle it back, and it's fine. I hate that. I don't think it's a good idea. I think electricity should be deadly, and you should be punished for going after it. If anything, it should be at least like fire and water, to where if you send Pikmin into it, they'll die if you don't whistle them quick enough. But no, it's actually gone from the strongest, or the most deadly thing in the game, to the least deadly. It just stuns at your Pikmin. It doesn't even kill them. Either way... Oh, that sound, the doo-doo-doo, that means that the Pikmin over there just finished with the wall. So, that's done. And we're already a quarter of the way through the day, so we'd better hurry. But the days are fairly lengthy in this game. I think they're a little bit... I want to say it's a medium thing, like... I can't remember if Pikmin 1 or Pikmin 2 was longer. I want to say Pikmin 1 had longer days. And this game is somewhere between, if I recall correctly. Oh, yep, Brittany's just laying there. And hey, Mad Bat, glad to have you here. And yes, I love this game too. If it weren't for a few changes, I would call this my favorite game in the series, but Pikmin 2 does beat it. However, this game does have the best quality of life of the entire series. Oh, what, the doo-doo-doo? The thing that, when they finish the thing? Yeah. That sound. Yep, we try calling her instead of, just shouting for her. Please be alive, and she was napping. Alf, sorry about that. I was just taking a little nap. So you're close by? Why wasn't I moving, you ask? Well, you know me. I'm a pretty sound sleeper, even with all these creatures creeping around. But never mind that. I discovered what looks like a piece of fruit. It's over there. That's an important find, because we kind of need that to not die. But I'm kind of stuck here for the time being. Could you go and check it out for me? Yes, of course we can. But yes, what she is referring to here is my favorite name for fruit in the game. The Sunseed Berry. I remember it by heart because, as I mentioned in Pikmin 2, I have a habit of calling strawberries Sunseed Berries from time to time because of these games. Which, by the way, interesting thing with that, in Pikmin 2, it's called the Sunseed Berry. In this game, it's called the Sunseed Berry. Which means that the Kopite and Hokitation databases are somehow linked in one way or another. Just want to point that out. Giant thing really is fruit, then we've hit the jackpot. I'd like to analyze it at the Drake, but how do I get it from how do I get it there? Well, simple enough, you send Pikmin at it. Let's just send a minimum of 3 that are required and get them carrying and move on. Because that's how you do things in this game. You delegate tasks and keep moving, because you don't have that much time. What's this? Red Pikmin number 2. Red Pikmin are good fighters. Well, that's important to know. And in fact, in this game, they actually are good fighters, because purple Pikmin don't completely break combat. But yes, unfortunately, purple Pikmin don't actually exist in this game. Well, they do, but only in the challenge mode. Not in the story, though. But that's because of these little buggers here. Well, not this little bugger, but, we're learning about a new type of Pikmin. Here we have a new enemy, the one that didn't exist in previous games. This is the Medusal Slurker. Pretty much harmless enemy. It's much like the jelly floats in Pikmin 2. It can grab Pikmin and pull them inside. but it takes like a full day for it to actually kill anything. So it's basically harmless. Also, I remember this guy going down easier. Does it have more health? Maybe things do have more health in this game. Either way, we take it down, and inside is a new species of Pikmin. Rock Pikmin. Which were controversial to say the least. I do admit, they are very cute. I do like rock Pikmin. Are these creatures Pikmin too? They're giving me a funny look. Yeah, they've got those big old eyes. And let's learn about this. Call them in. We can see a rock onion in there, and we toss our Pikmin at it. They go flying and deal significant damage. And sure enough, we've released the rock onion. And it's all squiggly again, which I still hate. Yes, rock Pikmin can break crystal, but they have other abilities too. Their onion was trapped inside that crystal, which is questionable how that happened, but hey. Since I have 2 types of Pikmin now, I can select the ones I want with L and R. Yes, that's useful to know. Now I have to wonder, how was their onion ever trapped inside the crystal? Is there something around here that creates crystals rapidly? That's the only thing I can think of. Because it couldn't have been trapped in there for long, because these rock Pikmin were just kind of hanging around when they were attacked by a creature. So yeah. Oh yeah, dismissing Pikmin is a little bit different. You have to hold Y and then press down to dismiss, which will cause Pikmin to just grab whatever's nearby. But they'll also just hang around. Yep, nature is very unforgiving, Elf. Oh. What? Hold on, how many Pikmin? We do not have 100 Pikmin on the field. I need to stop spitting out seeds. Are the Pikmin inside the onion still seem to be increasing in numbers? This didn't happen when I played the demo on hard mode. It happened, I think, by the end of the day, but it didn't happen this early. No, I think it was actually not even until the next day it happened. Well, the Pikmin on the field reaches 60? Oh. So that's how Ultra Spicy Mode's harder. You're limited to just 60 Pikmin. Interesting. I feel like that doesn't actually make it that much harder, it just makes things a little bit slower, but... yeah, it does increase the challenge a bit. I mean, you won't be able to take down enemies as quickly, which means they're more of a threat. No, you know, alright, I'm okay with this. Let's give it a shot. Maximum of 60 Pikmin can be active outside the onion at any one time. Pikminology, and it shows something a bit weird there. A very different looking onion. This is because you're not supposed to know this until something that happens at the end of the day. But, yeah. Okay, this is something new. Alright, rock Pikmin. What does it say about them? Rock Pikmin are very hard like rocks. Well, thank you, game. In other news, water is wet and the sky is blue. Analyzing what? Oh, right, the fruit just got back. Oh, the Drake is sending us a message. Alright, analyzing recovery. I'm probably just going to give this thing the voice of the ship from Pikmin 2. Sunseed Berry. And we search this gives us a full... large quantities of Pikmin you detected. That's a joke, of course, about this game being for the Wii U originally. But, I'm pretty sure the Sunseed Berry gives a full thing of juice in the base game. I don't know, I'm not 100% on that. You know, I'm actually going to look it up because I'm not sure about that. I might just be from the 60 Pikmin thing. I might be thinking of, oh, that's another way this game is harder. But I might just be misremembering. Pikmin 3 Sunseed Berry. Alright, let's see. Treasure hoard number, blah, blah, blah. Sure enough. Okay, this gave a full day's worth of juice in the original game. So that means that for this ultra spicy difficulty, you get... I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to transfer 1-to-1 with everything, but you get half juice. I can only think of one time that'll be actually really difficult, but... that does help address the issue I said of basically having unlimited time. If it is just half as much with every interval, you know, that actually might make this decently challenging. You see, the 60 Pikmin thing isn't that big of a deal because it just makes it so you won't be able to get as much done in a day. Because you can't split up tasks as much because you have a limited number of Pikmin. But if you can't get as much done in a day, that means you don't get as much fruit in a day, which means you're going to get less of your time limit. And if fruit is cut on half on top of that, this might actually be really challenging. Oh, I'm excited. I might actually fail this. Can you imagine failing at a Pikmin game? I haven't done that not since the first game when I was about like 6 years old. This is a seed-bearing fruit, making a cultivation on Kopai possible. Juice from this fruit is safe for consumption by crew members, but there isn't much of it. I'll add a fruit file to the Copad where we can store the results of our analysis. That's important to know. Okay, finding these two things out simultaneously, that has me excited. Between both of these, this might be really hard, actually. Or it might be just decently hard. There's just a threat of losing. I don't think I'm going to lose. I think I can handle this. But that's just challenging enough to where I wouldn't recommend a new player play this. I still think that the hard mode in this, I'm pretty sure, is just the original difficulty of Pikmin 3, which is ridiculously easy. Any new player can handle hard mode. But Ultra Spicy might be just a little bit too hard for new players. Yeah, since I don't know much about plants, I'll ask Brittany to write the reports. She is the botanist, after all. Either way, we're limited on Pikmin, so we only get to have a dozen rock Pikmin before we go back to base. Well, we can still raise our numbers as much as possible. And yes, there are some hidden away goodies inside the crystal here. Oh, you went a little bit too far. You bounced there, little guy. Okay, there we go. Didn't want to make sure the red Pikmin didn't pick it up, because if it did, I'm pretty sure this will explain to us. Yep. New sprouts are based on which color carry it back. So our red Pikmin could have stolen those, which we wouldn't have wanted. Either way, we don't have any need to pluck, which does save us a little bit of time, but we're very limited on the number of rock Pikmin we can have. If I wanted to do this more effectively in the future, I would probably have taken fewer red Pikmin, because I don't think I need this many. Either way, if we lock onto this wall here and charge, you may notice our red Pikmin didn't actually follow. You see, they can try to hit this, but they can't really do much. That's because the charge mechanic, though, in this game is different. It'll only charge the Pikmin you have highlighted. I'm going to pause now just because I don't want to waste time in the day when I'm talking like this. But yes, in the original Pikmin 3, when you charged, every Pikmin you had would go. Now you have to charge each individual type one at a time, which you can do still all at once by just pressing rapidly, like this. But, you don't need to do that to get through. Either way, let's break this open and... Yep. And by the way, she calls him Alfie. I love that. Yep, we got Brittany out. So sure enough, yay, and woo! I can't tell you how happy I am to get out of that place. I'm sick of sleeping outside, and I'm super hungry. I'm amazed you didn't get eaten alive by the nocturnal creatures. What's with your entourage there? What's that you say? They're called Pikmin. They're cute. But we don't have time to look for cuteness right now. Look over there, Alfie. And sure enough, there's another fruit, which if I recall, I want to say this is called like the face puckerer or something like that. But yeah, we can work together to get this fruit. This is a new mechanic in this game. You can throw captains. Yep, and okay. Press Y to switch. Now Y is also the dismiss button, so what you have to do is press Y and press the side to switch to Brittany. That's something that's slightly different in the controls of this game. Yep, we're able to get enough Pikmin on that. We can whistle Alf back, and now let's play as Brittany for a little bit. Yep, now the go here function. Very important function. We can go on the map and tell captains to go to a location alone with their Pikmin. So you can basically set your captain to do something without your instruction. This is my favorite change hands down in this game. I love this game. It has a lot of things that it did improve on the formula, while having some questionable changes as well. But this particular change was something that I think was a direct upgrade and iterated upon the change that happened in Pikmin 2 of having more captains. Having a second captain in Pikmin 2 made very little difference. It did help you save a little bit of time here and there, but compared to the Go Here function, I feel like this is just the natural evolution of having multiple captains, and especially because you have 3 captains potentially in this game. I love this feature. It's such a good change. Can't sing its praises enough. Come to me at the radar did have a Go Here feature. Yes, we can split into multiple squads and get things done. For now, though, we're going to try to build up our rock population. So, wait, you do definitely come here. Oh, no, not dismiss. This button. I'm having to get used to the controls a bit before we do this. We're going to set our rock Pikmin to go there. And if I recall, this data file is literally just going to tell... Oh, no. Oh, pellets... Yeah. Oh, pellets of the same color make more sprouts. Yes, we do know about that. Let's try to break this down while it's rock-colored or gray or whatever you want to call it. There we go. Got enough Pikmin on that. Now, these are new enemies, which have crystals on their back. If we can stomp them just like we can dwarf bulborbs, though. Oop, we're halfway through the day now. Got plenty of time to get everything done we need. Just throw 2 Pikmin not too fast, and you'll get it done. Let's just lock onto that and get our rock Pikmin on that. Oh, I don't need Alpha on this. I need 3 Pikmin on that. And I'm going to need... let's go ahead and get red Pikmin to carry these back. And I'm going to charge the rest of you at this. I could probably send some... In fact, I'm going to dismiss Alf. And I'm going to go on my map and head back to base with Brittany. So, yep, sure enough, let's go here. So now if I switch back to Alf, Brittany's going to keep moving on her own without me needing to instruct her. And this is all getting done. New fruit recovered. We can see it up in the top right just underneath our juice meter. And those will be analyzed at the end of the day from now on. Yep, let's go ahead and get our Pikmin all on that so we can get this done quickly and open up a brand new path. Now, I don't think there's anything we missed in particular. Brittany, we can see in the background, is going to be arriving at our destination. Wait, little guys, come on. You can make your way around. I know you can. I believe in you. Alright, let's go ahead and head around now. What can we find on this side? Oh, right, this is just a shortcut back. So, sending Brittany back was actually like a complete waste of time. Yeah, hi Brittany. You've arrived, but it doesn't even matter. What we can do right here is rush our rock Pikmin at... Oh, you know, I'm going to dismiss Brittany, and I'm actually going to send Alf back to the rock onion. That's something that you can do. You can retrieve our rock Pikmin. So let's switch back. With 5 rock Pikmin, this is going to take a little while, though. So I'm actually wasting a fair amount of time by doing this. So, what can I fix? How can I fix this? I don't have any Pikmin in my squad. I'm just going to try to explore the water around here to make sure I'm doing something proactive. But it's not going to save me. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here I can find. You know, let's, I wonder. I know that the hidden murals are in places where, you know, no, I don't think there's a... Oh, when you pull out the camera, you can hear, like, a breathing apparatus when they're underwater. That's kind of a cool detail. But I know the hidden murals are in places where you wouldn't normally be able to see. Here, we're going to get back another Sunseed Berry. There are multiple of the same fruit. Okay, this just got done. And now Alf just arrived. So what I'm going to do is whistle back these Pikmin. And actually, I'm going to put back, I'm going to say about half of my red Pikmin. Yeah, about, you know, 30 should do. If I have things basically 50-50, I should be good. Alright, we go here. No, it could be the radar. It's picking something up. Oh, right. There's something over in that direction. Signal of some sort. Maybe it's a new type of food. Yeah, I don't think food emits, you know, an electronic signal, but hey, that's just me. You're the expert on fruit. You're the botanist. Let's go back and look right away. The AI is good in this game? Yes, compared to previous Pikmin games, the Pikmin AI is infinitely better. Also, we got another data file, which I believe should be about red Pikmin. Let's see, we got a Rockman one. Right, break the crystal for a chance attack. We already knew that. Yes, this one should be red Pikmin are resistant to fire. Sure enough, and we get to see, spoilers, blue Pikmin exist. Either way, though, I am going to have Alf switch back. You're going to retrieve all these Pikmin out that we can. So we'll have a total of 30 rock Pikmin. And now I'm going to send you back to come join us again. So, I'm going to switch back to Brittany here. And now, rock Pikmin are immune to being crushed. And here we have our old enemy, the Wollywog. And it'll tell us right here, rock Pikmin are immune to being crushed. So, what we're actually going to do, send our 5 rock Pikmin to handle that and just leave. Let them handle it. And meanwhile, these fiery blowhogs here can be rushed by red Pikmin with no threat of catch on fire. Although, not that these fiery blowhogs are even getting the chance to do much. Also, hello? Oh, right, this is a basic puzzle right here. Yep, on the opposite shore, there are materials to build a bridge, but we can't get Pikmin across water, we'd have to throw them. Yep, Alf and you working together. Yes, we know this, we don't need hints, Brittany, we can figure this out. And there's literally arrows on the ground telling us. But, yeah, we got another control thing here. Literally just telling us we can lock on. Pointless. Either way, this is just for red Pikmin, so let's go ahead and get them on that. There we go. Got all those getting taken care of now. Oh, Alpha's arrived, so we've got more rock Pikmin to work with now. These guys nearly finished off this Wollywog, but not quite. And let's just take out both these guys as quick as we can. You know, I'm going to have to really rethink my timing on a lot of things. Because normally I'd have my rock Pikmin carry these guys back, but I don't really think I need that many rock Pikmin. Like, normally I carry back, like, every course, but I don't know if I'm going to have time for that in this playthrough. Because I have to worry about things a bit more. What's this about? Indigenous life? Oh, about Wollywogs. Can't jump when it's weighed down by Pikmin. Yes, even without rock Pikmin, they're not that big of a threat. Here we have Skitterleafs, which are basically a non-threat. They are literally just disguised as leaves, and you can kill them to get some Pikmin out of them. Either way. I think I will send 5 of you back. And let's charge this to get it done as quick as possible. Yep, it'll be sundown before long. Yes, stray Pikmin will die, and now we get to see a big ring around base. This tells you exactly how big your base is where Pikmin will not die. Again, much needed quality of life feature. Love it. I dare you to watch Mitsudome. Yeah, I haven't watched Slice of Life in a while. But yeah, Pikmin will get back in the onion on their own. This includes rock Pikmin at their own onion. They'll be fine too. But the fact that she's saying it's sunset soon, I'm betting we don't have time for this. Better call back the Pikmin in your squad before it's too late, but it could be a tiring walk around to collect all Pikmin. Oh! I'll make sure that when you press A near the Drake, whistles will sound. They'll call back all Pikmin to the onion. This was not a feature in the original. This is a new feature. That's actually pretty cool. I mean, it does make things easier in a way, but it's also risky because, you know, you don't know if they're in a safe location to come back. But that's cool. Also, because we're that close to sunset that she's actually saying that, yeah, I need to call off these transfers. There's no time. What I can do, however, is get Pikmin to charge this and open up this path completely. If I recall correctly, in this direction, though, is nothing that we can get done today. So what I'm going to do here, we've got 5 stray Pikmin. Let me look around for where they're at. Okay, it looks like they're all near me. Or not? Oh, these are corpses that are showing up on the map. I thought those gray blobs were Pikmin. I can get a few Pikmin on that to get them to work. Oh, and that rock Pikmin isn't actually with us. He didn't come around. They will try to get to you in a straight line still, so that's a bit of a weakness. Now, it's not quite sunset yet. Yep. Oh, now we can lock onto an individual spot on the ground. That wasn't the thing before. Either way, we're going to toss all of our Pikmin over there, and then we're going to toss Alf over there. Because I'd like to get this done today if I can. Oh, Alf. It's not my throwing arm that's the problem. It's your inability. Either way, let's go ahead and switch to Alf. All these guys will join us. Let's send all our rock Pikmin to do that. They obliterated it. And we'll send all our red Pikmin to get to work on this. Now, I'm going to look again around to make sure there's no stray Pikmin, but I think we're all right. But yeah, if Pikmin were in like a location like this, they would not be able to get back safely because they'd try to go through the water and end up drowning. So that like call back to base function isn't just the be-all end-all to make sure you get things done efficiently. It's still better to have Pikmin with you, but this is something good to know. Oh, Goresk is apparently online, you guys can now know. Signal must be coming from there. Yes, we're unlocking the way to there right now, but we're in the 10-second countdown. Oh, don't want it. Come on, little guy. Last piece. And yes, we got this bridge done with. We got 20 Pikmin missing, just making sure. Okay, yeah, we do have all Pikmin here with us. So we're going to try to break this down before the day can end, and then we're going to whistle all our Pikmin back, and we are leaving none behind. Okay, overall, pretty good day. We could have done a little bit more, I think, by exploring that direction, but I don't think there's anything there we can actually get right now. So I think we got done pretty much everything we physically could today. So, doesn't get much more efficient than that. I'm sure there's plenty of speedrunners out there who could get done a lot more. I bet you could probably take on what's past that wall we just opened up. But I'm not going to be doing that. Well, that's day 2 done with. So, let's see what we can get now. Unfortunately, we missed out on a couple of corpses, which would have been nice to get back. In fact, I probably should have just sent my red Pikmin to take those back, because they could have gotten that back fast enough. But then I probably wouldn't have gotten that wall done with, so it's a give and take. Either way, here, we have 2 onions following us into the sky tonight. But you can see a little signal coming around them. And of course, they merge together. Very interesting, 2 of them merge into 1. I'll make a note of this fascinating behavior. Different colored onions can fuse into a single onion. This is something new to Pikmin 3 that I actually think is terrible, as weird as it is. I hate the way it looks just having one big bulbous onion, as opposed to the 3 that would be scattered around your base and look really unique and interesting. I don't appreciate this. I get why they did it for convenience and, you know, adding rock Pikmin to this game as well as another Pikmin that we haven't seen yet. And the fact that white Pikmin and purple Pikmin were already kind of awkward the way they had to go inside the ship. It's hard to make it look nice, but come on, it could have been done. Not to mention the convenience factor of being able to call them all at once. It could have been done by just having a place in the middle of base where you could just whistle, like you press A in there, pick the Pikmin you want, and then you whistle, and all the ones you want come flying out. Just imagine how satisfying that would look. Like, you stand in the middle of your base, all these different colored onions all around you, your captain blows a whistle, and all these different colored Pikmin swarm out and join you. Oh, I'd love to see it. But instead we've got the giant, ugly, bulbous onion. But yeah, I really hate the new onion design and everything about it, but that is a very nitpicky gripe about this game. Everything else about it I really do like, except for the difficulty. And, you know, some characterization things. Anyway, let's analyze this new fruit. Oh, the face wrinkler. It's not the face puckerer, it was the wrinkler. I remember now. You can fast forward this by pressing plus, by the way. But that got us a full thing of juice. We got 1 extra day. And, oh, I think that was less than half, actually. I think that was a third. Let's find out if I put this in here. Sure enough. Okay, so... Oh, so I remember the lemon gave like 1.5 days worth when you picked it up. But now it just gives 3/4 of a day. Oh man, I think this is really gonna cut closer than I thought. We don't have much juice left. We need more fruit, like now. Yeah, normally we'd have like 5 days worth of fruit right now. But instead we only have 2. Oh man, this might actually be much harder than I thought. And I can't wait! Alrighty, let's get right to it. We discovered a mysterious broadcast signal. What on Kopai could it be? Well, it's not Kopai we're on PNF-404. It might be our captain, but something tells me that is related to that person who has been leaving all these data files for us. I'll have to find out tomorrow. The suspense is killing me. Alrighty, this is exciting, but we're ready to go right back in and do it all over again. We'll have to chase after that particular signal and get right after it. So, man, I'm already trying to rethink my strategy for making sure we get enough fruit. I'm not even sure if I can do a 100% run of this without being super efficient. That's amazing how the Pikmin freed you like that. And yes, here's another thing that I love about this game. The before the day starts conversations. The captains will talk to each other and just have a conversation before the day starts. I love it. It's just more characterization, more chance for jokes, more chance for learning what these people are about. It's why I do love these three as characters. They're such a good addition to the series. That being said, I do think it was a little bit questionable to introduce 3 new characters you play as instead of having, you know, the famous Captain Olimar. Because this game did have a bit of an identity crisis. A lot of its iconic things, you know, Captain Olimar, the onions, collecting things like treasure. I mean, I guess that's not that big of an identity thing. But things that were synonymous with the Pikmin series are now no longer the face of it. So I had to question that a little bit. It made it so it feels more disconnected from the previous games. Still, that's not that big a deal. I just thought it was a bit of a weird change. I do love these guys. They're a great addition. Perhaps we can get them to help us look for fruit. We need to focus every drop of our energy on getting the Pikmin to help us gather fruit. Yes, we do. We also need to find the Cosmic Dive Key. We won't make it home without that. Right. Let's focus all our energy on retrieving food and the key. I will think about nothing else. Yep, nothing else. Definitely not forgetting anything. Except for finding the captain. We need to rescue him as well. Right. So we'll just get the food, the key, and the captain. Is that everything? You see, little moments like that are great. Like, Alv is so single-minded in what he does that he forgets about his own captain being missing. What's the signal coming from over there? Sincerely hope it's the captain. Let's hurry over there and find out. Good idea. Might be hawking all the fruit for himself. Yeah, he could be. So we can actually go to the tropical wilds where we started out, and there is more we can do there now that we have rock Pikmin, but not much. What we want to do is definitely go back here and get that signal located. That being said, I don't know if this will be that efficient of a way to spend a day, but I hope it'll be enough. Go here is convenient when you want to return to the onion. Yes, it is. That being said, I think we're going to have a lot of spare time today, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go for our goal immediately, which is going to take primarily rock Pikmin, but we only have 31 of those. I've got a ton of leftover red Pikmin. Oh, this is going to be so much harder to do with just 60 Pikmin. Either way, I want to say... Oh, no, I remember there's some nectar here in the demo, but that wasn't actually a thing in the original game. So we can't count on that this time. Alright, there are new enemies that have already spawned. I think that might be another thing that's more difficult about this game. I'm pretty sure enemies do not respawn every day. Like, normally killing them, they're down for a full day or more. Wait, no, they're still gone. Oh, these are just spectralids that I'm seeing. Okay. Just as long as it's not a whole mess of enemies that I have to deal with. I'm not being efficient. I need to be heading straight for that signal. Yeah, I think the day length is about the same. I was hoping one thing they would do to make it a bit harder was make the days a bit shorter in Ultra Spicy mode, which would have been cool. But I'm pretty sure I got the exact same amount done, and like the day, right down to the day ending before I could get the Wollywogs home, when I played the demo. So I think it's about the same amount of time. What's a data file doing all the way out here? Or any data file's doing anywhere, honestly. Journal entry number 3. My search for treasure continues with no luck, but I can't fly back home to Hokotet without procuring a few priceless artifacts. I'm sensing something valuable up ahead, but I'm also sensing danger. So if someone finds this data file, please send a word to my son that I didn't make it. Don't worry about your daughter or your wife, just his son specifically. But yes, signed, Captain Olimar. And by the way, I do go for a deeper voice when Olimar is talking, because it's been shown multiple times throughout the series that Olimar actually has a very deep voice. Either way, though, Captain Olimar. Can't say I've heard of him, but he's from Hokotet, hey? Eh? That's not far from Kopai. Strange planet. I've heard that the Hokotatians will do anything to get their hands on treasure. Now, I wonder if that's actually true, or if that's just a reputation after Hokage freight came back from this planet with a ton of treasure. And that's another matter. Is this the... I do have a little bit of a theory that's actually forming in my head. What if this isn't the Pikmin planet? Like the one from the first game. Part of me wonders if the Pikmin are in these strange-looking onions that look artificial because Olimar and crew transported them to another world to have them gather treasure again. I don't know, it's just something that kind of occurred to me. It's like, yeah, they apparently got famous for getting treasure from this world, and I thought, well, what if this isn't the same world? And we don't see any onions, we don't see any native Pikmin. Or we do see native Pikmin, but we don't see Pikmin in the same sense we did previously. But it's possible that these Pikmin are non-native, maybe even introduced by Olimar. I don't know, just a thought. And we did show that the Hokatations did have the technology to be able to store Pikmin, so they might have been able to artificially recreate the onions. Remove your tin hat. You can't make me, Spifer. I will wear my tin hat as long as I wish to. But yeah, I wonder at that. That would be an interesting way to explain why the onions are different and actually were made to be more convenient. And then again, it wouldn't make sense why there would be native fruit from this world that was also on the distant planet. Which, by the way, it was called Distant Planet originally, not PNF-404. PNF-404 is what it's called in this game. They eat vegetables, too. How bizarre. Poor fellow, sounds like he ran into trouble up ahead. But yes, this is another thing that's actually revealed. Hokatations are actually vegetarians. It's only ever been mentioned that they do eat pick carrots. But yeah, Nintendo wants to know your location. They'll never find me. They'll never take me alive. But... oh, by the way, another thing that kind of supports this theory. The landscape looks really different in this world. Like, it's... if I recall, it looks very similar to Pangea Ultima in this game. Like, it's not... like the... Pikmin 2 showed basically our world, just with slightly differently shaped continents. But this game looks more similar to Pangea Ultima. So unless the continents shifted incredibly quickly, it wouldn't make sense for this world to be the same one. So, I don't know, just some thoughts. Just a few thoughts. But yeah, this little note about Hokatations being vegetarian, though. Yeah, Hokatations are vegetarian. Louis eats anything. Just an interesting little thing there. Louis eats anything and everything that he has found. Which, by the way, I have mentioned that the Picklopedia has notes from every captain. That does include Olimar and Louis, by the way. We will be getting back Louis' cooking tips on how to prepare everything in this game. And there's a particular enemy I really want to hear what he says about how to cook it. And that is the final boss of this game. I'm looking forward to that so much. I can't wait to read it. Either way, we spent enough time talking about conspiracy theories and what's going on with this game. We have this incredibly ominous stump to walk into. As we come through, and the Pikmin lag behind us. Got a bad feeling about this. For good reason. Here we have our first boss of this game. We have... an enemy it's not showing us the name of for some reason. The Armored Maumad, yes. It's soft on the inside. So, as you might guess, it's covered in crystal, but Rock Pikmin can break through that. Yep. Use Rock Pikmin to smash it. Now, here's another thing that's kind of interesting. So on the demo, beat him in 17 seconds. I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, you just toss Rock Pikmin at him to expose him. And yeah, you may notice that breaks off a bit of his face as well. Either way, let's go ahead and break through as much as we can, as quick as we can. Nope, and they broke off. This is where having the big whistle is very nice, because you can get back all your Pikmin very quickly. So let's break off as much as we can to give us easy access. Gather our Pikmin. And now while he's still running away, I'm going to put red Pikmin onto them, because they can latch on. Oh, I wanted to lock onto a different part of his body. Oh, ow. That was annoying. I'm still getting used to which way it rotates the Pikmin around. Come on, break, 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 break. Ah, didn't break yet. Yeah, it's not too hard to beat him. I'm pretty sure you can beat him much faster if you have all rock Pikmin. Come on, let me hit you. Oh, broke off his other mandible. I don't think he can actually attack now. We never even got to see him attack once either. Oh yeah, and he's running in a panic. Let's get our red Pikmin all onto him. And start breaking it apart further with rock Pikmin. Ooh, he didn't manage to shake all of them off. Interesting. Well, I'm going to keep my red Pikmin to go. Ready? Oh, yeah, where to go? Normally what would happen here is it'll charge at us with its pincers and grab a bunch of Pikmin. But it can't physically do that. And now by charging our red Pikmin onto it, I'm pretty sure it's done. Yeah. And there he goes, coughing up a dragon fruit. And a cell phone. And yes, that is a cell phone. I know what I'm saying. That is just a very old cell phone. So this is what was emitting that signal. What does this mean for the captain's whereabouts? I guess for now we should take this back to the Drake for analysis. Might be some use to us. Yes, there are pseudo treasures in this game. Let's go ahead and get red Pikmin on that. Now another thing that's different in this game, when you charge Pikmin onto something... Oh, I'm going to want to put rock Pikmin to... Oh wait, no, I want rock Pikmin to bring back this. No, not red Pikmin. I want rock Pikmin to carry this. And I suppose red Pikmin can finish loading that out. Yes, when you charge Pikmin now, it'll set the minimum number of Pikmin instead of all your Pikmin attempting to, which is a very nice and welcome change. A lot of people will probably be annoyed with this because it's harder to load things up now, but you can always just double charge to make sure all your Pikmin get on it. But yes, this is something that makes it very possible for you to just drop off your minimum number of Pikmin with a quick charge and not have to throw them individually. I think this will allow for some things to get done much, much faster in this than in what was previously possible. Although the pointer controls allowed you to keep moving while you were doing things in a bit more of an efficient way. So I don't know. We'll see what's going to be the more effective speedrunning tool. I'd actually love to see different categories open up. Now, while they're carrying those back, I'm going to explore over this way, which we opened up yesterday but didn't actually go to. And yeah, here we have a puzzle with a lime as the treasure up there. Yep, we can't get up here on your own. Not only can you not get up there on your own, you will need 3 captains as well as yellow Pikmin. So sure enough, we can't do this right now. But there are beautiful flowers around here. It's called the Garden of Hope for a reason. And unfortunately, we can't throw Brittany at enemies to be able to defeat them. Here we have a familiar returning enemy, underwater creatures. Just keep my distance. I wonder if it still makes the moo noise when it attacks. Oh, what is that? Oh, you're different. You're not the enemy I once knew. What the hell? That's terrifying. Oh. There are enemies here. Oh, and yep. Your captains, when they are not currently with the group, will actually get spooked by things that are nearby and start panicking. That will give us an alert, though. But you can still beat things to death with your own bare hands, which I'm going to attempt to do. Yep. We can still hear Brittany panicking. I'm wondering how all this will work. Also, not all enemies die in water in this game like they did in the first game, or in Pikmin 1 and 2. Come on, let me hit you. Almost got you. There we go. Managed to take down an enemy. That's... Oh! Bare Knuckle! Punch a wild creature into submission. Well, it was only Skitterleaf, something that can't actually fight back. But, you know, it's something. Yes, oh man, look at this guy. I love that they went nuts with the corpse sizes in this game, making it so you could have really big enemies. Like, it's not like... This guy is like the size of an Empress Bulblax, but in Pikmin 2... the Empress Bulblax would explode at the end of the fight, so that only a small thing was actually being carried back. I love that we can drag back massive creatures now. Yep, we're getting a signal from the Drake. Analyzing recovered item. And it is the Data Glutton. An ancient communication device used on this planet. And that's an interesting detail. Used on this planet. So the inhabitants here did have cellular phones. Contains technology unknown to Kopai and is emitting a signal even now. Yep. Ugh, excuse me. Suddenly just felt a little bit sick. If I integrate this device into the Drake's communication system, I should be able to boost our signal strength. Looks like it's going to be an all-nighter for me. Yep, we got that back, and now we're going to get a very large fruit turned in, so hopefully that'll get us a decent amount. I don't actually know how much it's going to give us. I want to say in the base game it gives like 2.5 days worth of fruit, or of juice. But in this, who knows. But yeah, that increased our rock population by quite a lot. I'd still like to be able to have as many as possible of every Pikmin. But I don't think there's actually anywhere we can go now for the rest of the day. Yeah, everything's already been kind of opened up and done for. So we're actually going to have to end the day early. Ooh, that means I really wasn't efficient. I should have taken down that boss yesterday. If I could have done that, then that would have saved a lot of time. Alright, let's see exactly how many Pikmin we have. We got 30 of each on the field. We didn't lose a single Pikmin in that boss fight. Alright, we've actually got slightly more rock Pikmin now. Normally I like to have at least 100 of each. But let's go ahead and get our red Pikmin population up a bit too, because there's still a few pellet posies around here that we can gather. There's not really much need to. Like, since we can only have 60 of each, there's not much need to have more than 60 of every Pikmin. But, you know, I don't see any reason not to get all the basic enemies around here to respawn, like the Spectralids and the, what's it called? The, not Creeping Chrysanthemums, those are much more deadly. The Skitterleaves. Oh, and that one went in the water. Hey, little guy, you want to come out? Yeah, come out into the land. Let's also catch you. Oh, no, I did not mean to do that. I want to dismiss all you. Oh, right, you can't dismiss them all at once now. You dismiss one at a time? That's kind of annoying. All right, let's chase the Skitterleaf out of the water. Come on, move it. Ow. Move it faster. Come on. Oh, can he not climb out? Okay, so I guess we're not getting this one because our Pikmin will drown trying to. Okay, Skitterleaf, you win this one. Yeah, I think that's everything we can get then. Yeah, there's not even any enemies marked on the map anymore that we have access to. There's something past here, but we can't get there yet. So, I guess we'll just have to end the day early. Well, it seems like a waste. I never really do this, but yeah, let's end the day. Well, I guess we can continue our search tomorrow. I never get tired of that end of day screen. It's just so satisfying to watch all the little Pikmin get sent back into the onion, and the little music that da 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 da. I never get tired of it. And of course, the end of day music, like when you fly off into the sky, this has been the same since the first game. Never get tired of this either. Alright, let's hope we have a net gain on juice today, because we're going to need a lot. Can't wait to taste the new fruit. The Fire-Breathing Feast. Let's analyze it by juicing it down. Alright, that gets us one more day's worth of juice. Is that going to give us a full one? Okay, yes, that is a full day's worth. Ooh, so it gave 1 1/3. So we barely had a net gain of juice today. Ooh. Yeah, if only I didn't have to share it with the others. Oh, Brittany. But yes, we've got to make do. Oh, man. This is great. We actually have a little bit of a juice buffer. A little bit. We've got 3 days worth. I'm used to having like 20's worth. Well, we've got a good number of Pikmin today. We didn't lose any. And we did get a new, we would get the achievement here for Flaw in the Armor. But, you know, I already did that during the demo. And this is typically where the demo had ended. Huh. I'm not sure how difficult Ultra Spice is actually going to be, but we're just getting into the swing of things, and I'm definitely feeling a bit more pressure than I'm used to. We recovered the communication device that was inside the armored Mawmad. According to Alf, this device contains parts that may expand the Drake's communication range. I've never seen him so excited. I'm more than happy to write today's report while Alf examines the device. Sometimes he can be so diligent. Aw, aren't you guys adorable? It feels so good to be playing Pikmin again. I got so into it when we played through Pikmin 1 and 2 here on the stream, and I haven't properly played Pikmin 3 in so long. But here we are, ready to go explore another new area. Oh wait, no, this definitely isn't Pangaea Ultima. Maybe it was Pikmin 1 that was Pangaea Ultima? I don't remember now. Or was it actually 2 that was? I'm getting mixed up. I know one of these games has Pangaea Ultima as its map. But yeah, this isn't like any place we've ever seen. Brilliant, Alf. You expanded the Drake's receiver range. Aw, thanks. They don't call me the Keen Engineer for nothing. I don't think anyone calls you that, Alf. Nobody calls you. Yeah, there we go. Thank you for backing me up, Brittany. We're on the same page. I know. The origin of the signal is unclear. Maybe as the captain, we should investigate this at once. Well, based on the captain's picture being there, I think that's a safe bet. Good idea, Alf. Let's do it. We could do that, or we could go back to a previous place, but generally speaking, landing in a new area is the best bet we have. I'm going to do here, and I think we'll go through one day, and I'll have to end off the video after, or end off the stream after that. As much as I want to do more, it is starting to get fairly late, and I'm not used to these late night streams. But that being said, it seems like we got a decent number of people watching right now. I have a small audience. It's not a lot of people that ever watch. Yeah, if you guys are fine with it, I don't mind doing like late night streams like this a bit more often in the middle of the week. But there it goes. Brittany is out of commission. Ow, ow, ow. My face. Alfie, are you okay? Ooh, could you imagine your face hurting while wearing one of those suits? You couldn't even like scratch it or rub it or anything. Ugh. Alfie, I said, are you okay? Oh man. Don't tell me we've been separated again. And yep, we have to learn to work on our own. Yes, now we're separated once more. Sure is dark in here. Another crystal here with what looks like a fruit inside of it. Glowing mushrooms that we've seen in previous games. And something new. There's something strange. Yep. Yellow Pikmin. In their natural habitat, just, you know, maintaining an electric current. What are these Pikmin doing? Well, Pikmin sprouts. Yep, we can call them back. This is harmless for us to go through. But yeah, this will probably tell us a bit about yellow Pikmin, now that we have them. Yellow Pikmin can conduct electricity. Yes, they can. It's not... In this game, they're not just immune to electricity, but they can conduct it, which is completely different. Let's see. Oh, this is number 3. Yellow Pikmin can be thrown very high up in the air. Yep, they can reach this area up here, where other Pikmin would not be able to. But we can't do anything with that because we only have 2 Pikmin at the moment. And we have this geyser here. Ooh, hot spring. And if we jump on it, we and our Pikmin will take it. So yeah, in previous games, captains could use those, but not Pikmin. It's a nice little change. But yes, we can see the yellow onion here, but it's damaged. It can't actually do anything. Why? We don't know. So let's go ahead and help the Pikmin do what they want to. Get all 5 of them here. They flower from the electrical current. And a light turns on, brightening everything up and bringing things to life, including the onion. Don't know what that sound was. That. Oh. Strange. This is another onion. I guess they need light to live, including artificial light works, which works for the pellet posies as well. Alright, so let's get some Pikmin onto that. And there should be more pellet posies all around. Oh, right, you can't just lock onto a random area in the ground. You have to lock onto these screws on the ground. Those screws didn't exist in the base game before, but they exist now as a way to help with things. To help you get, what's it called? To help you lock on without the pointer controls, which is helpful. Right, we're not immune to electricity, so be careful of electrical currents. It's not wise to just, you know, walk right into them like an idiot. Yeah, you can really send yellow Pikmin really far in this game. Alright, and this should be the last bit. We're not on the timer yet, so I'm not overly concerned. You can feel a draft coming in. That's lovely, Brittany. Is there anything in here that we need? I don't think so. May as well take this back up. Oh. Only 1 Pikmin actually followed. Oh, the other 2 are not far behind. Yep, we got plenty more Pikmin coming. Yeah, That 60 Pikmin limit is going to come into play more and more the more species we have. We're never going to have a lot of one Pikmin. I'll have to get used to that. But we've got the 20 that we needed. Is there anything back here that I'm missing? Ah, sure enough. We may as well get as many Pikmin as possible before leaving while we're still not on the clock. Anyway, let's go ahead and get all the Pikmin we can on that. Recall the others. And collect our... I think this... Yeah, this should just have 5 Pikmin. If it went to a different group, it would only give 3, I think, off the top of my head. 3, 4, 5. Yep, sure enough. Alrighty, so that would give us 25 yellows, nearly enough to split... Or, that's enough to be able to split things pretty evenly. I could go 20, 20, 20. To do things safely. Pikmin all line up and push this basic weight to BAM! Open our way forward. Anyway, we can slide down this any time now. And now we can go outside and properly start our day. Yep, we can see an actual ice trail kind of giving us an idea of which way to go. Ooh, it's good to be outside again. I was getting claustrophobic in that cave. Yep, there's an unfinished bridge here, and Alfie on the other side. Hey, there's Alf. And the SS Drake, not far. Alf, I'm over here. Ah, Brittany. Thank goodness you're okay. Yeah, Alf, you're not a very good pilot, are you? I see you're on the other side of the river. Okay, so how are we going to fix this? First priority is to reunite, so let's work together. Please give me instructions. Excuse me. Got it. Ooh, chilly here. This place is absolutely freezing. If we don't move, I'm afraid I'm going to die of exposure. Yeah, that could be bad, potentially, considering if you get stranded here overnight. As if I don't die of starvation first. Yeah, that could be bad. And once again, we are on the clock. Hey, Brittany, what are those? More Pikmin. Alright, here we have a swooping snitch bug, which we can knock out of the air with ease thanks to yellow Pikmin. Or it's shaking them off pretty easily. There we go. Go ahead. Get him now. Get him, boys. I'll help you punch him even. Alright, yeah, let's get 4 onto that. Why not? What do we get out of that? Controls thing. Alright, swooping snitch bug. Oh, right. There's no, what was it? Swooping snitch bug and the bumbling snitch bug. There's no bumbling snitch bug in this game. Regular snitch bugs can grab captains in this. Alright, I'm going to set you guys to start working on that immediately. We can toss Pikmin across this gap here. I don't see anything that I'm going to need. I can go around here, or I'm going to need rock Pikmin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set Brittany to go here so she can start plucking those, and I'm going to switch back to Alf. Switch back to Alf, I said. There we go. Alright, we got another data file here. What's this one? Indigenous life. Oh, this is about pellet posies. Outer pellet has been harvested. Another one will eventually grow in its place. Yes. Alrighty. Yep, you've arrived. That's fine. What's this one got to say? Pikmin behavior. Oh, this is number 2. Yellow Pikmin are shock resistant. Well, that should be obvious after what they did earlier. Alright, let's focus on rock Pikmin right now. Let's only get out 30 of them because I do want to have at least 30 yellows on the field. So, let's explore around with Alf. There's a cherry up there that we can get. I think it's called like a Cupid grenade. I think I heard those yellow Pikmin get finished. So I'm going to send at least... yeah, you throw them across here. That should be enough rock Pikmin for Brittany to get done anything she needs to. And yes, by the way, when captains are nearby Pikmin to pluck, they will automatically do it, which is very convenient. Now, we could use those rock Pikmin to get that fruit freed out there, but it won't really do us a whole lot of good, will it? Because we can't actually get the fruit back until we have a bridge built. Anyway, what have we got here? Another data file. I really don't remember where everything is in this game. It's been since, like, 2013 since I played story mode of this. Yellow Pikmin are good at digging. That's cool. I didn't actually realize that. Oh, that's a rock incoming. Oh, new enemy type. Well, kind of new. That's an enemy from previous Pikmin games. Alright, I don't think this snow can actually hurt, though, so it's kind of harmless. Yeah, Pikmin can get stuck in the snow, but it doesn't actually do anything. It's just a minor annoyance. Yeah, these guys used to throw rocks that would be deadly in previous games. But not in this game. In this game, nothing can be deadly. Alright, let's go ahead and direct the Pikmin to come back up here with us. And double charge them to get them really on him. And there we go, we got him taken out. Alright, I don't think this is... this might not even be the right way that we're going. I know there's things definitely to be done here. Do we even get all our Pikmin? No, we didn't. Not even close. Come on, guys. You can get around that. Alright, I'm going to try throwing over about... let's say 15 as well. Alright, I'm gonna get moving over to here. Just briefly switch to Alf to get these guys back. I don't know what is this direction. Oh, there's an enemy there that requires yellow Pikmin to beat. This enemy will rub itself and get itself all shocked up, and then get aggressive once it does. And it is terrifying once it does that. But yellow Pikmin are shock resistant enough to be able to get through it. Now here, we have a new thing. Nectar. Which you can charge Pikmin onto, but when they drink it, of course, they become flower Pikmin. We've known this from previous games. Flower blooming on the Pikmin's head. It's amazing how many plant-like qualities they possess. Or if they develop any new skills with that flower, I'll have to keep a close eye on them. Yep, Pikmin love nectar. They will drink it when they get close. And you can get a lot of Pikmin onto one thing, but not an unlimited amount. Now, I'm going to switch back to Brittany and get her rock Pikmin working on this. Oh, and by working on it, I mean demolishing it. Yeah, we can go across here to get more of these, but we don't want to yet, because there are enemies to be taken care of first. Get away, indigenous life. Yep, watch out for the Joust Mite, which is actually a different enemy. It's not the, Cloaking Burrownit, which I always thought it was. Has weak point on its back, but rock Pikmin are immune to this thing, which is cool to know. Yep, we're already behind it. We can just rush it from behind quickly. By the way, when you try to charge without any Pikmin at the ready, it just does a little, like a little clown noise. Alright, let's bait it in and charge. Yeah, rock Pikmin are very good at taking these guys out. And with them out of the way, I am going to... oh, I'm missing some of my rock Pikmin. Also, rock Pikmin, you may as well destroy this as well to get us a shortcut. But I'm going to get my rock Pikmin onto this to get them started at moving this. It looks like there's a fruit up there, which we could have our Pikmin bring back. In fact, that might be wise. I don't know. I need to just focus on getting this bridge built right now. So I'm going to send my yellow Pikmin... oh, no. I'm actually going to leave Brittany here temporarily while I can do some things with Alf. I can't get this corpse back just yet. We could go up there, but we need to get that electric barrier dealt with. Because until that electric barrier is down, there's no way we're going to be able to get Brittany back. Okay, the clock is ticking. Let's get some Pikmin digging this. Let's set our yellow Pikmin to work here. In fact, let's go ahead and get all of our yellow Pikmin over here working on that, and get our rock Pikmin digging instead. Yep, dirt looks very soft. It certainly is. And in the end, this is just a shortcut. It's not at all necessary, but it does help us to have every little advantage we can get. Yep. So by going across this now, we can break this open. We can't get up it, but this will be a shortcut back for us later. Let's get the rock Pikmin away from that before they end up dying. And let's see if Brittany has any Pikmin here she can retrieve. She does. Come on, little guys. This way. Sounds like the rock Pikmin are done. So, let's go ahead and... we're going to send Brittany this way. Brittany, can you not go that way? Why can you not go that way? Oh, it's because we haven't actually walked through here yet. Can I go that way now? Yes, I can. Alright. So, Alpha is done here. We need red Pikmin to get through here. And we have our first red Candy Pop Bud, which will allow us to get red Pikmin if we need them. But we're not going to use that right now. We're going to take this up here to get a shortcut back to where the yellow Pikmin were. And while we could get red Pikmin out to take this guy out, I'm actually just going to... Oh, red Pikmin. They're on fire. Oh, you're fine. You're made of stone. You'll be alright. What's wrong with our Pikmin? They're panicking. Oh, I wonder if it has anything to do with them being on fire. Yeah, let's whistle just to calm them down, to remind them they don't have to be on fire. Yeah, they'll just charge repeatedly over and over again. That's how I deal with my problems in this, is just remind them they're not on fire, they don't have to be on fire, and then get them moving. Alright, here we go. This is something that we need. Alright, let's get our yellow Pikmin working on this. And they should be able to take care of that. Now, as for this... There's a star over there. Now, what's that about? We're going to need red Pikmin to deal with it. I don't think we need this many rock Pikmin anymore. I'm just going to charge you guys onto that. Charge you onto it again to get it filled up. Or not. You guys are just failing to grab it for some reason. That was a bit weird. Anyway, got you guys here. Let's go ahead and put away the rocks and get reds instead. Oh, I didn't mean to call you guys out of that. Whoops. Put away the rocks, get the reds. There we go. And yeah, that's a convenient thing. You can put them away, and as soon as they're available, the red Pikmin will come out. Love that little feature. Glad they added it. Either way, we gotta keep moving. Got another cloaking burrow-knit up here. Which, let's see if we can fight it safely. Oh, that charged in the wrong direction. That was not what I wanted you guys targeting. Luckily, oh, we still have a rock Pikmin with us for some reason. Yeah, I want to target the cloaking burrow-knit, please. Whew, that could have been bad. Let's charge you guys on. Whistle you guys back, whistle you guys back. Come on, little guy. I need you to attack. There we go. Anyway, you're not a cloaking burrow-knit. I just called you that. That is not what you are called. You are a joustmite. Right. Oh yeah, here we have something special over there, but we can't safely get it yet, and some grapes over there. I'd love to get those, but those aren't a priority right now. We need to make sure to clear out this area to get the bridge built so we can get Brittany back as soon as possible. Let's clear out these new enemies, and now that they're done with, we don't need to use those candy pop buds. Pikmin behavior. Alright, that's just explaining what a candy pop bud is, and indigenous life. Alright, we never checked out this guy, the bearded amp rat. Creep up behind the amp rat, take it by surprise. Yellow Pikmin should have no problem. Yep. Alright, well, it doesn't really hurt us to get this done with. And let's get our Pikmin onto that as much as possible. There we go. And I'll leave Alf here while Brittany gets back to work. I probably could have had Brittany doing things, but, you know, we're not going for perfect efficiency here. We're just going to have to do what we can. Let's clear this off as well. We'll get some corpses retrieved once we have the bridge built. Sending as many Pikmin as we can. There we go. Oh, ooh, nearly got him. Come on, little guys. Where is he? There he is. Charge him again. And here we have a new enemy. I believe this is called... it's not an anteater Bulborb, but it's like a long-nosed Bulborb. Either way, much like orange Bulborbs, these guys actually will run around regardless. They don't sleep. Or more like... what are they called? Bull bears. This is more like a bull bear in the fact they don't sleep, which makes them very dangerous. Still, we're going to need all of our Pikmin to get building this bridge. So let's get them on this, and we'll retrieve everything else around here later. We don't have quite enough to do that. Yes, there's this lovely little slide that they'll all take here, which I find adorable. Let's take it ourselves and jump on down. Oh, I love that so much. And luckily we opened up those geysers, which will allow our Pikmin to get through a bit faster. Let's switch back to Alf. We'll send him back, and we'll start heading for the bridge, because I think this will be just about done. Oh no, we lost some Pikmin! There's another Joustmite here I didn't see. Oh, he was digging back into the ground when he threw them off. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need to be careful about this. Oh, did we lose some that were building the bridge too? No, I think that was small enough to where they could fit through safely. So I think we were all right there. Oh, that sucks. We lost our first Pikmin, guys. It was bound to happen eventually. We all knew it. Can we even get that? No. Oh, yeah. No, we can. Yeah. One red Pikmin should be able to get that. There we go. We got one new fruit today. It's not much, but it's honest work. Okay. Yeah. Oh, well. We get what we can. We're bound to lose a Pikmin eventually. This is Ultra Spicy mode, so I'd rather be giving those to Rock Pikmin, but I need Reds right now. Either way, those last few pieces should be just about done. And yep, we are reconnected. Yes, the bridge is complete. Now I can finally reunite with Brittany. Yes, we can. And now, more importantly... I feel bad for saying that. But yes, more importantly, we are connected with everything. Which means we can start carrying back everything. So... Oh, man. We need to get started on this. Okay, Alf, you need to go here to retrieve those yellow Pikmin. Brittany... Oh, all those Pikmin just ran past you. No. I need you to go up to here, and we can work on all those things that are over there. Alright, we can cancel to go here, retrieve these Pikmin. Oh, it's already almost sunset. Oh, we barely managed to get this done. We got basically no new fruit today. Okay, let's try to get this Sunseed Berry in at the very least. Alright, let's let you get up, and then just charge all of you on. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm stuck. No, don't charge that, you idiots. We lost 3 Pikmin. Oh, well. Not the end of the world. Let's just get you guys onto that. Come on. Why can't we get Pikmin on that? Come on, guys. Get to it. There we go. Okay, I don't think I can get anything from up there. We have just enough Pikmin here to be able to get these carried back. Is there anything else here that's really worth getting at the moment? Not really. Okay. Can we get more Pikmin onto that, please? There we go. Alright. New fruit type recover. Alright, we can try to get Pikmin on this as quickly as possible. Okay, that should be enough Pikmin to get that back. Can we get anything from there? I don't think we can. Yeah, we can get this carried back. Possibly, I hope. Oh, wait, you guys aren't carrying that down there. Ooh, that was only really possible if we got doing it immediately. Oh, why are you guys doing that? Come on. Get more Pikmin on it. Ooh, that's not good. Right, I need all my Pikmin back now. I need all you guys back now. Where are we missing 11 Pikmin? Are they just on their way back? Oh, there's a bunch of them carrying there. So that should be several of them taken care of. I think it's mostly just the ones that are carrying this thing. Come on, guys. Can you even make that back? I don't think they can. No, there's not a chance. Okay, let me make sure. There's just 11 Pikmin mixing. 10 of them are here. Where's that one missing Pikmin? Is it by Alf? Oh, I need to whistle quickly. No, I'm stuck! Oh, damn it. Ugh. Of all the times to get stuck. Oh, that's going to be 10 Pikmin lost. Oh, that was very bad of me. I was so desperately trying to look for that one that I let Brittany get in a location where she'd be stuck and unable to do anything to call back the last ones. Oh, and there they all are. And oh, speaking of bull bears, there's one right there. It failed to bite any of them, but it was there. That was my fault. I just was stupid. I got greedy for that last fruit, knowing full well we probably wouldn't be able to make it back. But that's Pikmin for you. Greed is your worst enemy. Yep, how fascinating. Yep, the Pikmin join up, and that's how the onions evolve. And yeah, see what I mean about getting kind of ugly with all the different colors? It only gets worse as you get more Pikmin colors. Yep, new fruit. Yes, we have... Yep, Cupid's Grenade. Sure enough, I remember the name of it. But it gives a minuscule amount of fruit. Actually, I think that's the same amount it gave in the base game was just a third. Sunseed Berry, though, we'll give another half. So we had, excuse me, a net loss of fruit today. Yeah, so hungry I could have juiced the Drake itself. Well, good luck with that. Man, we're running low. But there's a lot of fruit available in this area that we just weren't able to get. I'm sure if we gather all of it, we should have a significant net gain tomorrow. Try to have to make sure that Alfie gets his crucial, gets how crucial our search for fruit is. After all, that's the reason we're here. Oh, trust me, I know. Oh, this is gonna be rough, though. We lost a few Pikmin towards the end. Yeah, we lost 11 at sunset and 5 during the day. Not my best showing. But I still think I can beat this. I still think I can handle this. Hello, rank? Oh! So, I didn't see this before. 9. Your rank is 2nd class. Okay. So there's bingo battle, dedicated badges. Don't know what that means. Mission badges, side story. Oh, these seem manageable. Cool. Can't wait to get all those. Either way, though, let's go ahead and hit next. Oh, and of course, last of all, we have the journal entry for night. We finally completed the bridge over to the other shore, and Brittany discovered a type of yellow Pikmin. Besides their big ears, I'm excited to find out what other unique characteristics they may possess. I'll have to observe them closely. Good thing they're so cute to look at. Ooh, what a day. Oh, I'm right there with you, Elf. I find the Pikmin fascinating and adorable. Great combination. It's part of what I love about this series. But yes, let's go ahead and save. Anyhow, I think that's where we're going to end it off. Yep, saved up. And ready to start the next day, next time. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let's go ahead and get you guys... do we have anyone I can send you guys to? Let's find out. Anyone I know that's live right now? Oh, Tide Time is live. Fantastic. Tide Time, he's a bigger streamer, but not huge. He has a great YouTube channel. I don't know what he's actually playing at the moment. Let's go ahead and check that out. He's playing Resident Evil Revelations. Fantastic. Well, that's a great game. Very fitting for the spooky season. I'll leave you guys with him. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time for more Pikmin 3. See you guys then. Bye-bye.